William who? Canelo versus William Scull. What do you think? William who? Not familiar? What about Canelo?
Hey, what's up? This is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. Now, who's ready for some fighting words? In this video, I want to do a fight breakdown for Canelo Alvarez versus William Scull. Really quick, if you like the videos, please take the time right now. Subscribe to the channel. Also, hit the thumbs up button. It shows love and it supports the channel. Let's jump into this. Let's talk about experience. Who's got more experience? Is it Canelo Alvarez or is it William Scull? Obviously, it is Canelo Alvarez, without a shadow of a doubt. He has twice as many fights, not to mention big name fights, not to mention he's beaten legends. Canelo Alvarez has 62 fights, 39 KOs, 2 losses. While we're looking at William Scull with 23 fights, 9 KOs. Not a big power puncher. So clearly, it's Canelo Alvarez. The fact that he has Floyd Mayweather on his resume, Miguel Cotto on his resume, Triple G on his resume, not even close for William Scull. Got to go with Canelo. Power. I just said 39 KOs. Canelo Alvarez has more KOs than William Scull has fights. Clearly, it's Canelo Alvarez. By far. Not to mention, that Cuban style. It's more defensive than anything else versus that Mexican style that's more aggressive than anything else. Hands down, when it comes to power, William Scull doesn't come close to Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez can hurt William Scull. The likelihood of William Scull hurting Canelo Alvarez, very, very, very low. Range. What's the best range? Well, I just said the Cuban style is more like hit and move or hit and dance. While you look at Canelo Alvarez, he's a lot more aggressive. He's going to cut off the ring. He would prefer to be up close and personal, not to mention William Scull's a lot taller than Canelo Alvarez, and his arms are a lot longer than Canelo Alvarez. So, obviously, he would like to be up close and personal. Plus, that's just how Canelo fights. That's his personality. He's fiery. That's the reason why he's got the red hair. He's fiery. Then you look at William Scull. He's more of a flash finesse type of guy. He's not going in there to knock out anybody, okay? Anybody. It's clear William Scull's not going in there to knock out anybody. He doesn't act like it. That's not his demeanor. That's not his fight style. He's very calm. He's very reserved in there, but he's also very defensive-minded. So clearly he wants to stay on the outside so he can try to operate. And he likes to pace himself. That's another reason why he likes to stay on the outside. We're going to get to that later, though. Let's see. Footwork. Who's better footwork? William Scull. I mean, again, just the Cuban style alone, William Scull. Canelo Alvarez doesn't have great footwork. I mean, but for him to be Canelo and to fight the way that he fights, he doesn't actually need great footwork. He just needs to be able to cut off the ring. And I think he's going to be able to do that with William Scull. Why do you look at William Scull? He is very creative with his legs. He likes to move around. He's not a stationary guy. Even if you throw a feint, you do something, he'll quickly back off. Why you look at a Canelo, that's not going to work with him. He's been in a rodeo for a long time. It's not going to work with him. Let's see. Defense. William Scull. I can't say Canelo only because he doesn't have legs. William Scull has legs, and he has defense upstairs. Sometimes he throws a high guard. Of course, he might do a shoulder roll, but he's also really good at picking shots. Canelo's also really good at picking shots, and Canelo's also really good at rolling his head. But that's it. All his defense, Canelo Alvarez, is upstairs. While you look at William Scull, it's all over because he uses his legs as much as anything else for his defense. Let's see, creativity. William Scull, I will give him that. I think he's a more creative guy. I think by now, we know what we're getting from Canelo. And I'm not going to say he's an easily read book, but I am going to say what's in the book. While you look at William Scull, he is still a bit of a mystery and an enigma. He just kind of came out of nowhere. Nobody really knows who this man is. He's not particularly... He doesn't do anything special. Let me just say it like that. He doesn't do anything special. I've watched his fights. I wasn't particularly entertained. But you don't know what you're going to get. If for nothing else, I can definitely give him creativity over Canelo Alvarez. Durability. Canelo Alvarez. This is a Mexican warrior. Look at the size of Canelo Alvarez's neck. By far, he's a lot more durable than William Scull. William Scull has a guy on his resume that he fought in 2024 that had 24 losses or something like that. Clearly, we're not in the same league. This is the problem, with boxing, sidebar. This is the problem with boxing. William Scull is nowhere near the league of Canelo Alvarez. Now, clearly, Canelo Alvarez just wants a tune-up fight for Terrence Bud Crawford. I don't think William Skull's a great tune-up fight, but he is somebody to punch in the face in the meantime for Canelo Alvarez. He can get some live sparring, without headgear and 16-ounce gloves. But William Scull does not deserve to be in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. He has no business there. Now, granted, he's got a belt, so yeah, sure, that's the reason why he's there. The other reason why he's there is, again, Canelo Alvarez wants to punch somebody in the face while he gets ready for Terrence Bud Crawford. But in terms of history, in terms of who they fought, in terms of, where they actually truly rank in life in the world of boxing, William Scull should not even be in the same arena as Canelo Alvarez. Let's see. Dog. Who's got more dog? Who's got more dog in him? When the push comes to shove and it just turns into an all-out fight, who's got more dog? I'm going with a tough, red-headed Mexican, Canelo Alvarez, all day long. You want to stand toe-to-toe and bang it out? Canelo Alvarez. All day long. Without question, without doubt. Listen, Triple G could not knock out Canelo Alvarez. Bone Crusher could not knock out Canelo Alvarez. Bivol is a lot bigger than Canelo Alvarez. He couldn't knock him out. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm definitely 100% going to say that Canelo Alvarez has more dog than William Scull. By far. I just told you the caliber of opponent that he's been fighting as recent as 2024. I'm not talking about early in his career, when you're just getting your feet wet. So obviously, they're not going to put you up against the best of the best. This was like a year ago. Nobody knows who this man is. Clearly, it's going to be Canelo Alvarez. He's got a lot more dog than William Scull. Let's see. Mental toughness. Canelo Alvarez is not the biggest guy in the world, and he goes up in weight. William Scull, I can't say what he is mentally. Now I can consciously say that he has a belt. That's what I can say. So thus far, whoever's been placed in front of you 23 times, you have successfully defended, you've gotten the belt and defended the belt. I can give you that. But you haven't fought anybody notable. You haven't fought anybody that anybody cares about. You haven't fought anybody that anybody even knows. Look at Canelo Alvarez. He fought Bone Crusher. I mean, I can literally keep going on and on and on and on and on. There's no comparison. Literally no comparison when it comes to mental toughness. Canelo Alvarez, by far, is more mentally strong because he takes on bigger and more dangerous, or has taken on bigger and more dangerous challenges in the past. Thus far, it would clearly be Canelo Alvarez. Let's see. Boxing IQ. I think that goes along with experience, but I'll go through it anyway. Canelo Alvarez. When you have been in a ring with greats like Floyd Mayweather, Triple G, Miguel Cotto, and on and on and on. I mean, literally, I could literally just keep calling out names. Hall of Famers. William Scull can't say that. This is a huge mismatch. But listen, Canelo Alvarez needs that belt. I don't think this fight's going to last very long. I think Canelo Alvarez is going to get a finish. I think it's going to be a highlight reel, to be honest with you. I think William Scull knows that, he doesn't deserve to be at the party, but he's here. And you can see that in his body language. At the press conference, he didn't seem very confident. It was just, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for allowing me to come here. I brought the thing that everybody asked me to bring, the belt, but I don't plan on being around much longer. And after, this little festivity, you'll more than likely never hear from me again. I have no business being this high up on the totem pole right now, and I'm aware of it. Like, everything about him says he's aware of it. Like, he knows his position. He knows he's only coming into the picture just to hand off this belt so Canelo can say, I've completed this. Turki Al-Sheikh is going to bring in this fight and lead, and, there's only going to be one belt. But outside of that, you're just a sparring partner. I'm thinking about Bud. You're a sparring partner. Canelo Alvarez, by knockout, takes out William Scull. That's my thought. Drop your thoughts down below.